everyone. In my previous video, I had discussed about fundamental and derived units. Now, first we should know what is a unit. In physics, usually we are concerned with the measurement of physical quantities, and whenever we go for measurements, we use some standards, and those standards are called units. Now, there are various units. In our daily life, we can measure these physical quantities by using various types of units. For example, you want to measure length, you can use centimeter, you can use meter, then you can use a longer lengths, that is distances in terms of kilometers or miles. Still longer distances you can measure like light year. Like this, there are various units which can be used to measure length. But which unit will be the most convenient unit to use? Based on that, we have set some standards, and those are called standard units. Now, usually a standard unit should have some special features. Then only a standard unit can be accepted. Now, for now we know that there are some features of standard unit, and these features are special properties, I can tell, for standard unit, which are accepted throughout the world. All the scientists across the world have accepted these features for a standard unit, and such standard units are of use. Now, what are the characteristics or features of standard unit? I have listed here. Now, a standard unit should be of convenient size. Now, for example, you take, now for length, to measure length, now we use standard unit, that is according to Standard International, we use meter. Now this meter, all of us, we have seen a meter scale, either in physics labs, or if you go to a textile shop, there you can see the shopkeeper using a meter scale to cut 1 meter of cloth. So, one of the most important characteristic of standard unit is it should be of convenient size. Means the size of the standard unit should be very, very convenient. Then, it should not be able to be defined without any, it should be able to be defined without any ambiguity. Means you must be able to define a standard unit without any ambiguity. Ambiguity means without any doubt. Means there must not be any doubt when you are defining a standard unit. Now, a standard unit should not change with respect to space and time. Now, here you are using a meter scale in this place. If you go to some other place, the meter scale should be the same. The size of the meter scale will not change. So, the standard unit should not change with respect to space and time. Wherever you go, whichever country you go, whichever place you go, the standard unit should remain the same with respect to space and also time. Like whatever it is the time, whether it is morning, afternoon or evening or night times, the standard unit should not change. It should remain the same. Then the standard unit should not be perishable. We cannot destroy that standard unit. Then it should be easily reproduced. You must be able to reproduce that standard unit easily. These are the special features of a standard unit. Based on these features, we have set some standard units, or we have decided that some units should be taken as standard units. Now, which units should be taken as standard units? Whether you should consider centimeter as a standard unit or a meter as a standard unit. When you want to measure the mass, whether you should take grams as a standard unit, kilogram as a standard unit, that was decided by the International Bureau of Weights and Measures, where all the scientists from across the whole world, they had met and they had decided that some units should be used as a standard units. Now, according to the decision taken by the whole world, we have decided that the MKS system of units must be used as standards. Now, what is this MKS system? Before this system was accepted, earlier 2 more systems were also in vogue. One was the CGS system and the other was FPS system. Now, according to the CGS system of units, the length has to be measured in centimeter, then mass has to be measured in grams, time has to be measured in second. So CGS system tells that you measure length in centimeter, mass in grams and time in seconds. Whereas if you take FPS system, the length is measured in foot, the mass is measured in pound and the time is measured in second. Now one more system of unit, that is MKS system. According to this system, we are measuring length in terms of meter, mass is measured in terms of kilogram and time is measured in terms of second. Now like this, these are the various systems of units we have. And of course in our daily life, every time we don't use the MK system only, we will be using the CGS system also. Sometimes we will be using the FPS system also. But whenever you want to go for scientific investigations, then it is always better to go for MK system because it is accepted throughout the world. And when you express your physical quantities in terms of standard units, that is MK system, then it will not create any confusion among the learners or the people who try to understand about those physical quantities. So you have to remember 3 systems of units which are in vogue, and among these, which system of unit has been accepted? The MK system of units has been accepted and it is renamed as Standard International. Or for short, we call it as SI system of units. This you have already learnt in your lower classes about Standard International. So remember, these are the various systems of units that are being used, and among them, which is the system we have considered? We have considered the MK system of units, and it is named as Standard International. So when you express all your physical quantities, whatever physical quantities you measure, when you express in terms of Standard International, then it will be very easy to understand and would not create any confusion in understanding the physical quantities. So this is about systems of measurement and also the characteristics of standard unit. Now we have learnt about the characteristics of standard unit and also which are the various systems of units that are in vogue. And also we have learnt about some of the fundamental and derived units. Now as I told you, the MK system of units has been considered as a Standard International, and here I have some definitions of MKS units for you. Now according to MKS units, as I already told, the length is measured in meter, mass is measured in kilograms and time is measured in seconds. Now according to the MKS system, this meter, kilogram and seconds have been defined. Now I will read out the definition of meter for you. Meter is nothing but the distance between two parallel lines drawn on a platinum iridium bar maintained at constant temperature. So we have an organization called International Bureau of Weights and Measures at a place called Sèvres near Paris in France, where a platinum iridium bar has been maintained at a constant temperature. Means that bar is made of an alloy of platinum and iridium, and that bar has been maintained at constant temperature. On that bar, two parallel lines are drawn, and the distance between these two parallel lines should be considered as a meter. That is the definition of meter. Now as time evolved, we have tried to evolve more definitions of meter, wanted to be more precise with the definition of meter, and accordingly we have various definitions of meters. But for now, we have tried to define meter in terms of atomic constants, because atomic constant does not change with time. So now for now the more precise definition of meter is this one. So meter is defined as 1,650,763.73 times the wavelength of specified orange-red spectral line in emission spectrum of krypton 86. Usually, you can subject any atom to emission, and when that atom is subjected to emission, the electrons are given some energy. Those electrons which are in the lower energy levels, they jump to higher energy levels. Those electrons cannot stay in the higher energy levels, they have to come down to the lower energy levels. Suppose an atom is there in the lower energy level and you supply energy to it, the electrons which are there in the lower energy level, what they will do, they will go to higher energy levels, but here they remain only for a short time and they will try to come back to the lower energy levels. Now when the electrons jump back to the lower energy levels, some radiation is given out in the form of light. Now even Krypton 86 was subjected to such emissions, and according to that study, the wavelength of the orange-red spectral line which was obtained, that was considered, that was studied, and the meter has been defined according to this spectral line obtained in emission spectrum of Krypton 86. So, the more specific or precise definition of meter as per now is defined as 1,650,763.73 times the wavelength of specified orange-red spectral line in emission spectrum of Krypton 86. Of course, as you go to higher classes, you will learn more about these types of emissions of spectrum. Now, one thing why this meter has been defined according to this wavelength of light, because you must remember that the atomic constants does not change with the time, and hence this definition has been accepted as for now. So this is the definition of 1 meter, and now wherever you go, 1 meter will measure the same. It will not be different at different places or at different times. So that 1 meter has been defined keeping in view of this emission spectrum of Krypton 86. Now likewise, kilogram also has been defined as the mass of a cylinder made from platinum iridium alloy at 0 degree Celsius. Again, as I told you, in the same International Bureau of Weights and Measures, a cylinder has been placed and it is maintained at 0 degree Celsius and it is made of an alloy of platinum and iridium. The mass of that cylinder must be taken as 1 kilogram. So, this is 1 meter definition. This is 1 kilogram definition. And also we know that according to Newton's second law, if a force of 1 Newton produces an acceleration of 1 meter per second square, then the mass of the body will be equal to 1 kg. So I repeat it, if 1 Newton of force is able to produce an acceleration of 1 meter per second square, then the mass of the body is said to be 1 kg. This is the definition of kilogram. Now likewise, time also has been measured according to MK system. Now what is time? The interval between any two events is considered as time. Now this time has been measured considering the solar day, keeping in mind about the solar day. Now what is solar day? Solar day is the time taken by the earth to rotate about its own axis. So for one complete rotation, how much time the earth takes? The earth takes 24 hours. Now this is called solar day. In next video, we shall learn about what is solar day, what is mean solar day, and how we can express the time in terms of mean solar day. Thank you.